driving the Acura Integra Type S. That's the fast one. I've already reviewed the Integra, and if you want to know all about it, you can watch my existing review. This video, we're just talking about what it's like to drive the Type S and what makes it different than a standard Integra.
Item 1. If you're wondering why Acura didn't call this thing a Type R, it's because Rs are made for the racetrack. The Integra Type S is made for quote-unquote sophisticated street performance.
Which explains why I'm delivering this line on a public street without a helmet. Yeah, I'm disappointed too.
Item 2. That driving footage looks suspiciously good.
And if you're wondering why the car-to-car footage looks so good in this video, it's because I teamed up with my favorite Canadians to make it, the Street Pipes! Who'd have guessed they did it with Yuri hanging out the back of a minivan with an iPhone? You guys gonna say anything or?
We don't talk.
Though crafted for public roads, the Type S is very much a racier Integra. Your first cue is the exterior, where the front and rear track have grown versus a standard Integra. Total width has expanded by 2.8 inches thanks to these lovely fender flares. Down low sit sassy side sills. Oh, that's some top quality alliteration. Elsewhere, an overhauled front fascia increases cooling airflow. The aluminum hood sports a functional vent. The rear fascia features a gloss black diffuser above a trio of exhaust finishers, and atop the liftback, there's a cute little spoiler. Interior enhancements are simpler and include a perforated leather steering wheel, a color-matched lower dash on the passenger side, and a Type S shift knob. Heated 12-way front seats add firmer side bolsters, Ultrasuede inserts, and embossed Type S logos on the headrests. For infotainment, we have a 9-inch touchscreen, which works just fine. But the 10.2-inch digital gauge cluster adds brake force, boost pressure, and G-meter readouts. And in Sport Plus mode, the yellow needles are an homage to the third-generation JDM Integra Type R. For entertainment, there's a 16-speaker ELS audio system with high-mounted speakers in the headliner if you demand ultra-high fidelity for listening to podcasts.
Or music. I guess technically you could listen to music.
Again, I won't rehash my standard Integra review, but practically speaking, the cargo area is spacious. And though rear seat headroom for my 5'10" 10" body is merely adequate, legroom is excellent. For a compact car, the Integra is fundamentally practical. With all that out of the way, let's shift to the mechanical side of the equation, where the suspension employs adaptive dampers, thicker front and rear stabilizer bars, and a range of other tweaks. Does all that improve how the Integra handles?
Yes, it does. As you turn the Acura Integra into these corners here, there's exceptional precision. There's really no wasted effort with steering here. Oh my gosh, I can go very fast on these roads. Perhaps faster than I should. I'll dial it back a touch. At least while you're watching. Acura's done a really good job creating a sense of immediacy with cornering without making the Integra Type S feel like nervous or twitchy. Also, I am really flinging the contents of this car around. What we have is plenty of grip and a very easy dialogue between the driver and the vehicle. These are the ingredients for a very fun relationship.
Credit for the Type S's enhanced grip goes to its Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires. Also, kudos to the 19 by 19.5 inch wheels. They've got a classic attractiveness, and despite their larger diameter and greater width, the 19s are 6.5% lighter than the 18-inch wheels on the Integra A-Spec. That's a fun fact. Propelling the Type S is a 2-liter turbocharged engine. Here are the power figures. If you're thinking, that's a lot of power to send through just the front wheels, you're not wrong.
I'm going to floor it from a stop to see what the torque steer situation is like. Here we go. That wasn't nearly as bad as it could have been with all that power going through those front tires. Remind me to tell you about the time I drove a Mazda Speed 3 where when you got on the accelerator, it would move you into an adjacent lane. Not here. Helping ensure all that power turns into acceleration rather than one tire spinning is a standard limited slip differential. It's a mechanical limited slip, by the way, not just braking the tire that's spinning. Another Integra Type S highlight is this, the 6-speed manual transmission. We should really appreciate this because it's going to be extinct eventually, one way or another. And to be abundantly clear, no, there is no automatic version of the Integra Type S. If you want to drive the Type S, you got to use all the limbs. Ooh, oh, I'm shifting, whoa, and I'm popping. As I downshift, we get an automatic rev match, so it's very easy to operate, a very welcoming manual transmission, easy to find that friction point with the clutch pedal, gear changes, nice short throws, very clear when you've engaged one gear to the next. I like using this thing. You may disagree, but this is a treasure. Let's briefly talk about engine behavior. I'm gonna floor it, 3, 2, 1, floored. And then swell. Did you feel that pause there? When you floor it, it takes a moment and then you get this swell of acceleration. You can really feel the turbocharged nature of the engine. After each gear change, the power doesn't kick in immediately, but when it does, it is strong. In talking about the Type S Acura representatives, we're very excited about how it sounds, and it has a variable valve exhaust setup so that in comfort mode, pretty quiet. When you go to sport, a little bit louder, but when you put it in Sport Plus, oh, fun things happen. I'll just rev it a little bit. I sound so naughty. Pop, 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 pop. According to the natural order of things, fun cars should send some of their power to the rear wheels, if not all of their power, and yet Acura has a rich history of finding a ton of fun in front-wheel drive cars, and that's very much on display here with the Integra Type S. I mean, not right now, I'm driving through a neighborhood, but if I was on a windy road, oh, the fun I would be having. Hard cut to fun.
Those drive modes also modify the engine, steering, and suspension behavior. If you want to customize, you can do so with the individual setting.
Unsurprisingly, comfort mode is the most comfortable, and I would happily commute in a Type S in comfort mode. Even if you put it over into Sport or Sport Plus mode, it never gets so firm as to turn your spine into dust. And man, what a visual that is. Ugh. Micah, the guy with the dust for a spine? Yeah, I know him. That guy loved to drive. Until his spine turned to dust, obviously.
For slowing down, the Type S features 4-piston Brembo front brakes with 13.8-inch rotors.
There's no one behind me. Let's mash the middle pedal. Ha!
A single stopping event can be dramatic, but the real test of any braking system is how it endures repeated heat cycles.
Even with my eager driving on these winding mountain roads, all I've felt from the brake pedal is good, firm feel and consistent, fade-free deceleration. Of course, a better test would be to put the Acura Integra Type S on a racetrack and see how it deals with some consistent lapping. But again, that's not what the Type S is all about. Yeah, still disappointed about that.
Rounding things out, a few details I didn't mention elsewhere. The top speed is 167 miles per hour. Here are the fuel economy figures. And while Acura didn't claim a 0 to 60 time for the Integra Type S, its curb weight is only 31 pounds more than the Civic Type R that clocks in the low 5-second range. Given very similar power figures plus identical drivetrain ratios, the S and R should be evenly matched in a stoplight pull. And now, the money portion of the conversation. If you want an Acura Integra Type S, please bring $50,800 plus destination charges to your nearest Acura dealership, along with a sob story about how your grandpa's dying wish was that you not have to pay added dealer markup on your next car purchase.
Completely unrelated, if you need to speedily liquidate your car to pay for unexpected expenses, Kelley Blue Book can help with an instant cash offer on your car. Click up here.
Acura identifies the Mercedes-Benz CLA 35 AMG, Audi S3, and BMW M235i as the Type S's prime competitors. And versus that squad, the Integra delivers more horsepower, but at a higher base price than all three. Countering that, equip the Germans to match the Integra's robust mono-spec equipment list, and the Type S's price premium essentially disappears. Countering my counter, you could argue that the Mercedes-Benz and BMW have more brand cachet than the Acura. Also, the S3, CLA 35, and M235i Grand Coupe all offer all-wheel drive, while the Type S only comes with front-wheel drive.
Look, there's a lot of ways to parse the data, but $51K for an Integra, to me, feels pretty rich.
Especially considering the similarly powerful but less fancy Civic Type R starts under $43,000, making the Integra Type S roughly $7,000 pricier. Countering that point, and now I'm not even sure how deep into undermining my own premises we are, so I'm just going to say that despite its price tag, the Integra Type S merges emotive style and driving manners with lift-back pragmatism and a manual transmission, all wrapped in a veneer of premium Acura-ness.
Bottom line, I really like driving the Acura Integra Type S. Now, if only they'd let me take it to a racetrack.